What's up, sports fans? It's your man D back speaking my sports talk. All right, check it out, man. We talking Yordenis Ugas today. So yeah, man. Let's talk about Ugas. This fight he had last night, you know. And look, man, I gotta be honest, guys. I gotta be honest. And I'm hearing some things about Ugas, and mostly what we're hearing right now concerning Dennis Ugas is the robbery or the attempt robbery or the terrible judging. This idiot Lou Moret. And to start this off, Lou Moret, you idiot. Let me give him one of those. Let me give Lou Moret a big you idiot because, bro, how the hell? Oh, feedback. Sorry. How the hell does Lou Moret justify giving that fight to Ramos? I mean, that's absolutely ridiculous, bro. Now I want to start this discussion off with this judging and this ridiculousness. It's no way you can justify. Listen, me personally, I gave Ramos 3 rounds. And the reason I gave him that last round, because man, hell, give him 5 more minutes. I mean, give him 2 more minutes. He might have had you guys out of here because he hurt you guys real good in that last round. And it was a pretty decent round. Outside of that, you guys outlanded him the rest of the round by far. Like, he outlanded him. You just cannot, a guy that's being totally outpunched like that, you cannot score the fight that way. No way. I don't know if Lou Moret had some uh drugs in this system or he was drinking before he watched that fight. I don't know what the deal was with Lou Moret, but there's no way you could justify giving Abel Ramos that fight. In a fashion that he gave it to, I believe it was like 9-3. This idiot had a 9-3. 9-3 or 8-4. I can't remember exactly. Like, dude, are you kidding me? You couldn't even get that to Abel Ramos at a 7-5 scorecard. How'd you end up with like 9-3? What the hell was Lou Moret thinking about? That was absolute madness. And then you had the other scorecards, which I really didn't agree with those either, because the way I see it, those scorecards I think had to fight at like 7-5. Like, what fight were these judges looking at? Because I gotta be totally honest, that fight was nowhere near that close to me. Nowhere near that close to me. And it does, when people say were they potentially going to rob you guys, or I mean, you could give merit to that. I'm not sure why a split decision is just ridiculous, man. It should have been easily a unanimous decision. Easily. A split decision is just ridiculous. But the other two judges, they had to fight close. Well, way closer than it should have been. So I don't know what was going on with the judges there. Buddy Aces in the building. Shout out to the MXBC. What's up, Buddy Aces? Immortal Boxing Truth. What's good? What's good? What's good? Abel Ramos staggered you guys twice. He did. He did. That's a fact, Buddy Aces. And I said that too. That's why I gave Abel Ramos 3 rounds of that fight. I'm not sure how people can pick you guys to beat Crawford. I think Crawford would easily pick you guys apart. Yeah, Big Dan, we're going to get on that, buddy. We are going to get on that. I just wanted to start off with the Lou Moret, moronic ass, and then the ridiculous judging. But we definitely going to get on that, Big Dan, my friend. Iceman in the building. Memo Castro, what's good, my brother? And, all right, well, I'll just say it to you while you're on the panel. What's up, IBT?
Yeah, how you doing, man? What's up?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Yeah, good. Yeah, you up here to cook with me on this ridiculous judging. And Lou Moret. And Justin Trouble, what's good with you, brother? And Buddy Ace to say you guys won it easy except for the couple of times Yeah, for sure, buddy. For sure, buddy, Aces. So, what do you think, IBT and this new Moret scoring, man?
I think that is an abysmal scoring, but not only do I think we need to roast Lou Moret, Zachary Young and Edward Hernandez Sr., they may
Yeah,
have scored the fight for Ugas, but 115-113 is an equally atrocious card. Not equally,
right.
actually. It's still okay. One is heinous, and the other two are atrocious. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
like like one is criminal, and the other two are just terrible.
it's
Lou,
tomfoolery to its finest. Let's
yeah,
just put it that way.
exactly, exactly. I have no clue what they're trying to do, given this fight, or an attempt robbery or just a scare. It wasn't a competitive fight at all. Anyone who's gonna go back and look at the box rank for this, if they haven't watched the fight, they're gonna think it was a competitive bout. It was
Right.
competitive in spots, like he hurt him a little bit, but Abel Ramos is very heavy-handed. Um,
That was his
and,
only chance.
and that
So
was
I
his only
mean, like,
chance, and he
yeah,
recovered multiple times. So if anything, to me, that proved Ugas has a chin. Abel Ramos really, he got swept. I had it like 10-2. I could understand 9-3.
right. And that's where I had it 9-3. And it was
Yeah.
literally because of that 12th round. And I edged that one to Ramos, right? But
Mhm.
outside of that, fuck no, bro. Like, and that's what I was just saying before you jumped on. I didn't know the two judges' names, so thanks for clearing that up. But yeah, they were out of their minds too, bro. Where
Yeah,
the fuck did you get a 7-5 fight from? You could give Ramos no more than 3 rounds. No more. So I
yeah,
mean, the whole judging was just absolutely retarded in this fight. And although the other two judges didn't rob you guys, I'm not gonna sit up here and give those idiots any credit either. The judging was terrible, terrible in this fight, and that's an indication of PBC foolery. Boxing Algarete was good. Modern Machine, thanks for that topic yesterday, Modern Machine. That was a great topic. Everybody, if you haven't got a chance to watch the playback on the Power of the Mind, or you would like to go listen to that we had yesterday, that topic was supplied to us by Mar the Machine. So, guys, everybody has to Speak Your Mind Sports Talk email. It's just Speak Your Mind Sports Talk at gmail.com. So, if you guys have an idea or something about a topic that you want to talk about on the Power of the Mind, just send me that email and, get a hold of me. Mar sent his topic in, and it was great, Mom. Great topic. Thanks, bro. Joshua Little John, what's up with you? Prime fighting champion in the building. What's good? Boxer Algarete says, and some of this Mexican, I guess he meant these Mexicans channel had it a tie. I couldn't believe my ears. Stop fucking with them out. Well, here's the thing. The same Boxing Algarete is some of these idiotic American channels where, their guy gets into a fight, they didn't want him to lose, and then they come with the foolery. So don't be so hard on those channels. You know what I mean? But no, it wasn't a tie. It wasn't even close to a tie. But here's something else that I want to talk about, guys. So the judging was absolutely terrible. We get that, but I want to get kind of a little bit more onto the meat and potatoes because shout out to my man IBFP Boxing New. So, a lot of you guys, probably all of you guys, or most of you guys know IBFP. But we don't really, I don't know if we share the exact same outlook on you guys. We do share the outlook that the judging was ridiculous. You guys won that fight hands down. But I don't think we share the same perspective on you guys himself. And IBT, I want to get your thoughts on this too. Now, let me tell you guys what I seen in that fight. I did see you guys win that fight easy, but what I seen was a fighter who beat a guy to the punch. What I seen was a fighter who was uh quicker with his feet than the next guy. Um, and what I seen was a fighter who showed resilience. That's what I seen in you guys. But what I did not see was a good performance. I'm sorry. I did not see you guys as a good performance. And also, let's look at who he was fighting. This is Abel Ramos. So it's not like he was fighting the top guys here, okay? And if you're going to tell me that you're ready for Manny Pacquiao, Errol Spence, or Terence Crawford, with all due respect, versus an Abel Ramos, you should be putting on a much better performance than that. You got your ass rocked at the end, and I mean severely rocked at the end of that fight. You understand? And these pity pat fucking jabs that you guys was throwing all night, yeah, they were landing, bro. But how much credit are we going to sit here and give you guys for that dumb shit, bro? And again, he was beating Ramos to the punch because he was clearly faster than Ramos. But you guys didn't show me any lead hand control. He didn't show me any kind of utilization of foot, hand, head feints. He didn't set any fucking traps in this fight. He didn't get off center line well. His lateral movement, he was off balance. And I was not impressed at all by this victory. And this victory, although a victory, did not say to me, I am ready for Spence, Manny Pacquiao, or Terence Crawford. So some may say, okay, you guys earned his shot at one of these guys. Okay, fair enough. Because not a lot of guys doing anything to earn a shot. So fair enough. I'll say he earned a shot. But you guys got a title shot against Sean Porter. He failed. This is another title fight, whether it be for the regular or not, and an unimpressive performance. But let's look at the title fight between Sean Porter and now, right? And, let's take a trip with Yordenis Ugas and basically how he looked since the Sean Porter fight, right? And so the only thing I can think of is, like, after he fought Sean Porter, he fought Omar Figueroa. Now, guys, Omar Figueroa self-trained. He had no trainer, he's self-trained. I believe it was a rumor it was his sister or his cousin was his fucking cut man. Okay? This is the Omar Figueroa, and he went unanimous decision in that fight. Yeah, it may have been a one-sided fight, but it took him to a unanimous decision in that fight with an untrained guy, basically. This dude's self-trained. Then he fights a Mike Dallas Jr., which who the fuck is Mike Dallas Jr.? And that's all I have to say about that. Yeah, he retired him in the seventh or the eighth round, something like, I'm not sure. Intent IBT probably knows, but it was the seventh or eighth round he retired that guy Mike Dallas. And then we come to this Abel Ramos fight, which in my opinion was a lackluster victory. Lackluster victory. And then so we have people saying what Ugas deserves. Well, you had a title shot, which you fell in. You won this one. And because he won this one, I can't argue too much about him earning a shot because what else is everyone else doing? These guys aren't doing anything. But to me, it seems like you guys didn't do anything but earn himself an ass whooping. Because I cannot see him beating Manny Pacquiao, Errol Spence, or Terence Crawford. And to be perfectly honest, I think that Danny Garcia beats him right now. And very possibly Keith Thurman beats him right now. I think Virgil Ortiz and Duran and his boots. And even though they're prospects, and I think that they have a chance to beat him right now. Because this dude did not set any traps. No lead hand control in that fight at all. Right? And then we're saying that Ugas is this is a boxer, that is a boxer. I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed. After his last three performances after the tumultuous Porter fight, I am not impressed. And I don't think that Ugas is on the level of these top five welterweights. What's your opinion on that, IBT?
All right, D. This is tough. This is tough for me to say. I almost disagree on almost everything you said, except the lead hand control. I just don't think that's part of his style necessarily.
No,
I
it's
saw him
not.
set. Yeah, I don't think it's a necessity for all fighters. It's kind of a
No.
style thing. It's cool to see, but I thought he was setting up feints. It just weren't with his hand extended outward. Kind of similar to Devin Haney, who doesn't really feint like that. He more feints with where he has his guard. They both have active guards, so that works in their favor. They have They use a lot of shoulder feints. I noticed. I thought he did well to recover very quickly from the damage he
Well,
did
I'll
take.
give him that on
And
the recovery. I agree with you there.
yeah, and for me, I think his run has been quite solid. Since the Imam loss, he's fought Jamal James, Bryant Pernella. He had some between fights and Thomas Delorme. He stopped Ray Robinson. Um,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
then he
And
had
that's
Deshaun
why I said,
Porter.
remember IBT now. This is why my catalyst was from the Porter fight. Not
Yeah,
those
yeah,
guys
okay.
before. I mean, I think he had a good run there, and I agree with you. But Jamal James and those guys, we're not comparing them to Spence, Pack,
No, but
or
they're like
Port
top
or
15,
Crawford. You know, I
lower
mean,
top 10.
right,
Yeah,
right,
yeah. Okay, so my only issue where you say I don't think he'll be competitive or beat these guys in the top five. He already arguably beat one of the top five guys who just gave Spence hell.
right.
Like he had the split decision with Sean Porter, and
Mm-hmm.
regardless of if you scored it 114, 114 or whatever, like there was the knockdown that wasn't called. There were some people gave that fight to Yordenis Ugas. Omar Figueroa Jr., it's on his own responsibility to train himself. I'm not going to discredit Ugas beating his ass for 12 rounds as Figueroa didn't to me that was a good win. Mike Dallas Jr., yeah, to me that was just like a journeyman level win. He just stopped him. And Abel Ramos, he dominated him. I thought he had wonderful control of distance. I thought he was jabbing very well. He had good shoulder feints. I thought he was able to set up his power punches quite well. I was worried about his activity after the third round. I saw a low punch output, but as the fight continued, he started to, push the pace. So I was good with that because I know Crawford's not really going to be sitting there for a jab battle the whole time. They've both got some dog in them, and they've also got boxing skills. So to me, um, I still think he's a top guy. I think he can give any of the champions trouble. He can even beat them depending on the night. Danny Garcia, you said you think he can beat him, but he just had an extremely uninspiring performance against Ivan Redkach, and Keith
Yep.
Thurman has a lot of question marks surrounding him with his injuries. To me, Crawford right now, he's a good fighter. I rate him pound for pound, but he's actually slowly like falling down the ladder in my opinion, just because I haven't seen the level of competition. Like I said, it's not inspiring. It's not. He doesn't really have a fantastic win at 147. He has some solid lower end top 10 wins, but I would say his resume at 147 is only slightly stronger than Yordenis Ugas, right? Jeff Horn, arguable robbery decision against Manny Pacquiao, and he just got completely destroyed. Then you have a washed up Amir Khan. Now he's going to fight a washed up Kell Brook. And I mean, he also had Aegis Velasquez, who's a guy I'd say is lower top 10 if he is top 10. I thought Ray Robinson beat him in all honesty, but it was officially a draw. So I'm just saying, I don't think these guys are as far apart as you think. And I disagree that he didn't set up any traps. I don't think he used his hand to set up traps like that, like Luke Campbell, for example.
Right.
But he was leaning forward, trying to bait Ramos, and he counterpunched him. I thought he was doubling up on the jab very well. He was doing some check hooks that were nice. He was finding his target quite easily. He was parrying a lot of shots really close to him. Wasn't overextending his hands out, which is a good thing. Someone who has that issue and it got exposed very badly was Deontay Wilder. Will try to parry the shots at mid range, and normally it'll work because his arms are way longer. But against Tyson Fury, he would just go around his arms, and now his defense it looked like he was just sticking his arms out and getting beat up. Ugas is more disciplined. He kept his defense very tight. So I was actually impressed. We kind of have differing views on this.
Right. All right. So I think we should set up a watch party on this fight. And I'll explain some of the things I'm telling you about. Big Dan said Porter arguably lost to you guys because of his style. He always makes it hard for himself. Yep. He gets into scraps. Yep. I don't think it's an indication of how you guys does again. This is well, I'm glad you said that, Dan, because this is almost what I was. It's very, very close to what I was getting ready to respond to IBT with, and which is why I started off with the Porter fight being the catalyst because he is considered one of the top fives. But we can't measure you guys' success against him, right? Because Porter had the same type of tumultuous fight with guys we know are in the top five. He's had the same type of tumultuous fight with guys we know weren't in the top five. This is how Porter fights look. So we can't measure you
Uh,
guys' performance, in that fight. Also, I didn't see you guys' performance in the Porter fight as a lot of other people did. I think it was the lack of what Sean Porter did to win that fight comfortably. You guys did a lot of fucking taunting and come on in the middle of the ring and all of that, but man, go back and watch the fight and talk about the punches he actually landed. It was a big water stain, which I didn't argue whether it was a knockdown or not. But what I did see, and I don't know why everybody that argues it was a knockdown didn't see the fucking big water stain under his feet right there in the corner. It was a big water stain there. So with the Porter fight, I agree with Dan totally. But let me say something about this Ugas fight. Bro, I hear everything you said, but did you miss the fact how he was not precise with those punches. This dude was missing like a motherfucker, dog.
Who?
And Ramos is not the elusive fighter. You guys missed a hook so wide he fucking fell in between the fucking ropes, bro. That is not impressive to me.
Yeah,
It's
that one.
fucking sloppy. Hold on, IBT. Hold on, because I'll let you
Yeah,
out.
yeah, I got you. I got
That's
you.
fucking sloppy, bro. He did not look impressive to me. He was off balance. He was missing shots. And these feints that you're talking about, again, that's why we got to look. We got to use or we got to do this watch party because these feints, I didn't see any effective feints, and I did not see him utilize. Okay, you don't have to have lead hand control. I agree with you. That's not what everybody does. But if you're going to be throwing these jabs, especially at the rate he threw them and landed them, there should be a purpose than just to tap a guy because those jabs were ineffective. If it's a purpose to set up combinations, hell, I don't even listen to the fucking commentary. I don't. But even Andre Ward was like, he's not setting up combinations, bro. Even Andre Ward was saying that. I don't
I
even
mean,
listen to these idiots. My thing is, if you're gonna pump a jab out there, have a purpose with it. If you talk about this performance and him pumping that jab to Pacquiao, Pacquiao's gonna eat his fucking face up with those little fucking insignificant jabs. Spence is gonna walk through that shit and beat his body like a fucking drum. And Crawford's gonna have a field day on this dude because those jabs, well, what were they meant for? He was simply quicker than Abel Ramos. But those jabs, I didn't see him utilizing those jabs effectively in the sweet science, but to pepper this dude, he did these, he kept distance some with those jabs, but those jabs was worthless, fam. Absolutely worthless to me. I didn't see any setups. Like, no, what traps? And give me an example. I didn't see Ugas setting any traps for Ramos.
all right. So, like, I don't have the fight in front of me. I don't know. Maybe it's on YouTube or somewhere. I don't know. But
I would,
so
well, I'll just tell you this, fam. I was like watching the whole fight while my man was, doing commentary for the shit. So I was watching the shit.
yeah.
And I'm looking at the fight and I'm like, wow. You
Yeah,
know,
okay. So I felt he had some good foot feints, like in terms of where he was positioning. He cut off the ring well versus Ramos. I didn't feel like the jabs were as inefficient as you're saying. He was pretty tagged up at the end of the fight, and he landed some really good digging body shots and good right hands. I do agree that that one moment where he overcommitted to the looping overhand, right? That was
yeah.
very animated, exaggerated. It was probably poor. I think he just kind of threw it out without thinking much there. Um, but overall, I saw a pretty disciplined performance. I also disagree about the balance. I thought he was able to regain his balance whenever he lost it very quickly. Overall, his positioning was good, in my opinion. I do agree. Maybe I would like to see him use a probing jab a little more, but that just doesn't seem to be his style. He uses an active guard, and that's how he's feinting. Um,
Yeah.
yes.
But
So,
the face was see, okay, that's the thing. This is why we gotta do this watch party, fam. Like I understand the feints coming out of the guard, the shoulder feints and hand feints, because a lot of people don't even fucking pay attention to that. But I do understand though. They were ineffective, IBT. If
Yeah.
you throw feints, if you sitting there you throwing feints and you're not getting the reaction or the shots that you need from those feints, they're fucking ineffective, fam.
but my only thing is, I don't know if they're ineffective if you landed twice as many total punches as the other guy in every
But
category.
right, he was landing the punches, but not off the face, IBT. So you're taking statistics, but look, that's what I'm saying. Look at the fight. Now,
No, I watched the
if
fight.
he's
I'm
throwing
just
okay, well, this is what I'm saying. If he's throwing feints or he's using foot feints, like you said, and he's landing shots because of it, Yeah, but he was beating Ramos to the punch with those shots. It wasn't coming off of setting anything up or using feints. Just look at the shit. He was beating him he's quicker. He's faster than Ramos. But none of the movement, the angles, none of that was causing him to land those jabs. It was just simply because he was quicker, fam. And that shit's not gonna carry you over and no goddamn Crawford, Pacquiao, or Spence fight. Because for one, he ain't fucking quicker than none of them. Maybe a little than Spence, maybe. But he damn sure is not quicker than Crawford or Pacquiao. So that benefit he ain't even gonna fucking have in those fights.
So that's what I'm saying. I feel like we just kind of disagree. You're saying you're making a claim, and I'm saying the opposite, and we don't have
Right.
a way to prove it.
I get you. I don't
Yeah,
see it though. I don't
yeah.
see it like how you see it. What's up,
I
Brian?
think what's up, D? What's up, ABTV? I think what he's trying to say is his length would be a problem for those guys. He would come
Who's trying to say, Brian?
IBTV or
Oh,
IBT. Sorry.
yeah. No, yeah. Well, go ahead.
Maybe his length might be a slight problem for them guys because he's quite big dude for a 147 height wise. But what I saw he was coming short with the first jab. It was like a
Right.
range fight, and he would then straighten up the second jab as he landed. The double jab. The first jab was a rangefinder. There was no power to it. There was no, but he controlled the distance. He controlled the pace of the fight. Ramos was on the back foot most of the night, so he was, like, it was an easy fight for him. It was an easy night to work from. I thought he won it quite comfortably though. So out of 12 rounds to 0, tell you the truth, and I don't know how those judges got that so wrong.
Right. So, but see, here's the thing though, and I started off with this. I don't think anybody thinks that he didn't win it comfortably. That's not the discussion here.
Yeah.
And that's why I started off saying I gave Ramos 3 rounds tops. So we ain't gonna change this to be saying that you guys didn't win it comfortably. No. That's not the discussion here. His performance to me was poor. His performance was decent to IBT. That's the discussion here. His performance to me says nothing, that he has nothing for Spence, Pacquiao, or Crawford. I think Danny gets in there and beats him, even though we seen Danny with red catch. I didn't see anything, because here's one thing for sure, 2 things for certain. You guys didn't throw shit that's going to deter Danny Garcia. Nothing. He didn't throw a damn thing that's going to deter Danny Garcia. Nothing in that fight. And if he throws one of those looping wild hooks like he threw at Abel Ramos, what is Danny Garcia special at? A fucking counterpunch. He will knock you guys the fuck out, fam. He will knock them, slam the fuck out. Hold on, IBT, don't do that. Because Abel Ramos rocked that motherfucker and almost hurt him. And I mean, he had a Danny Garcia will knock you guys out with that sloppy shit that he was doing with Abel Ramos. I wish I had the SFG up here because he would be going off. I guarantee you.
That's a no-brainer.
Yeah, I think he. I think he performed to the level of his opponent. I think he did enough. I think he did enough to win.
When has he performed over that level? What opponent? See, that's the thing. Like, I think people putting too much into the guy. That's my whole point. Like, but what did he have a better performance against Porter?
Yeah, he did. Right. He lost, but it was a split decision, and a lot of fans, including myself and IBFP even. It just
had a draw. So,
draw. Okay, so that's Sean Porter's one of the best champions at welterweight. Top guy. He's been a top guy for a long time. I thought he won. IBFP thought he won. Brian Harkin thought it was a draw. It was a good performance. Sean Porter just went life and death with Errol Spence Jr. You're saying is the new guy on the block. He's what's hot, but he won a split decision. I don't think
Adrian Broner dropped Sean Porter.
Yeah, so
this is my thing, and that was Big Dan was saying.
That's okay.
We can't measure shit.
1 second.
Hold on, IBT. Let me. I ain't gonna cut you off. Don't cut me off. We cannot measure you guys' performance. Like, if it was greater, does it mean this, that, and the third? I'm just saying. The only reason I brought Sean Porter into it because That's what I'm saying. He looks fucked up in that fight too. He looked fucked up in every fight. But Sean Porter, what fight did Sean Porter win in? Outside of you guys, didn't look like that in? You give me a fight. Like
What are
most of
you
the fights,
saying?
that's what Sean Porter looks like.
Where he just dominated the guy?
No, where he just makes the fight look way harder than it is, IBT. Like this is a hash on Sean Porter. Yes, he's amongst the top, but he makes his fights much harder. He smothers his work inside. I mean, this is common with Sean Porter.
Okay, so I feel this is my stance on that. Porter has had a lot of tough fights because he's fought a lot of tough fighters. The guys who aren't on his tier are very clearly not on his tier. Formella, Granados, Berto, Broner, Malinaji, Alexander, like these guys, he dominated them. And the guys he had close competitive fights with, tell me if you recognize these names. Kell Brook, Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, Errol Spence Jr., and then now you got Yordenis Ugas. What's in common about all of those guys except Ugas? World champions. They're world champions. They've been world champions before, right? Except Kell Brook, that was his coming out party. So, and we know Kell Brook was a solid fighter. He just had some things, the Triple G, Errol Spence. But he was
fuck him up.
Yeah, he broke his face literally. But we're talking about hold up. So we're talking about guys who have given him difficulty, have all gone on or became world champions that fight, right? Except Ugas. Ugas just lost a split decision.
That's not true, and that's
so
not
who else
true.
gave Porter really,
Porter looked the same. Okay, I'm gonna take it back to you. Porter looked the exact same fucking against Julio Diaz, which he had a fucking split decision in, and then he went in a unanimous decision.
That was a 10-rounder, wasn't it?
I don't care. I'm talking about how he looks in the fight, and we're talking about level of fighters. Porter makes his fights look that way. You can say more of Porter fights on his fucking resume in total. Did they look that way than the ones he dominated? You gave me some fights that he dominated of lower opponents, but I can give you more lower opponents where he had the fight looking that way. Just like he has looking with the Terence and the fucking Thurmans and the top guys. The same looking type of fight. So when he gets into a fight with Ugas, I don't want to hear that it had anything to do with Ugas of why Porter looked that way in the fight. Because this is Porter. This is what I'm trying to say. This is Sean Porter. You have more of his fights. You take all the Porter fights, and I can guarantee you 80% of those fights, he looks like that. But 80% of the fighters are not that level, IBT. They're not.
Okay, so that's where I'm disagreeing. I'm saying the level of competition that he has faced would reflect why a fighter such as himself would have difficult fights. Kell Brook, Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, Errol Spence Jr., Yordenis Ugas, these guys are good fighters. The other guys that he beat clearly, right? Adrian Broner, he got knocked down at the end. It was kind of like a flash knockdown and got right back up, but he clearly won that fight. That was a clear decision.
He clearly won this fight.
The fights that are close, what fight? This fight? What's this fight?
Ramos. He clearly won this fight.
I'm not talking about Ugas. I'm talking about Porter right now. Because you said, Porter has close fights with these guys, right? I'm saying Porter has had close fights with guys before, but these are championship caliber fighters, and Yordenis Ugas happens to be in that category, and he technically, up until yesterday, wasn't a championship caliber opponent in terms of he never touched a world title, right?
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm saying I think we just have a difference of opinion on both Sean Porter and Yordenis Ugas. To me, I thought he looked fine. Nothing in that fight indicated to me that Danny Garcia would knock him out. I haven't seen Danny Garcia knock out a welterweight in a significant amount of time. I thought he dominated the fight. I thought he dominated the fight. I think he's going to give any of these top guys trouble, as he has before. And Sean Porter has had difficult fights because he fights difficult fighters. He took Errol Spence Jr. to the very limit.
Sean Porter also has difficult fights, IBT, because of the way he fights. And again, if you can't hold on, IBT. This is something that analysts, even I think at some levels, he understands about himself. That he causes himself, just the way goes up inside of there, smothers his punches. He makes these fights look this way, bro. It doesn't matter who he's fighting. Is what I'm trying to tell you, though. And then you listed out the names of the champions, and of course, okay, I get you. He had a fight with them, and they were tough fights because they were champions. But what about all the other fighters? You know, all the other fights he had that looked similar. Not about if he clearly won or not. He clearly won plenty of fight, but they still look that way. They still look like it's, you know what I mean? So if I see you guys getting in a fight with him and it looks like it's this difficult fight, I mean, you guys was not impressive. I don't understand how people, like, I'm with Brian. If you want to say anything, say it was a draw. But you guys didn't do anything to beat a champion in there. All of them fucking taunts and all of that shit in the middle of the round, and people need to pay attention to how much you guys misses. He misses. He misses a lot, though. He misses a lot. We're talking about him getting on up on the inside of Ramos. I think it was like I don't know, 5th or 6th round. They were showing slow motion after the round where he was going to Ramos' body. He was going to Ramos' body. He hit him with the uppercut in the body. And then he tried to come upstairs and missed totally, bro. He was way off. And they showed the shit in slow motion. Like, you guys, punch placement, he's not accurate. I'm not seeing this impressive performance. And I'm going to go watch the fight again because I really, fam, didn't see him set anything up. And I just didn't see these feints that you're talking about. But I'm going to have to go back and watch again because, like, maybe I was just hard on him while I was watching the fight live. I was like, bro, what are you doing? You know, maybe I expected to see more of an impressive performance over Abel Ramos as well. And, you know, I just expect him to be more impressive. I'm not going by the judges' scorecards. I'm going by what I saw. Fuck the scorecards. Those motherfuckers was crazy. But I'm talking about as far as from what I watched in that fight, I don't see a fighter in there that's going to give Manny Pacquiao, Errol Spence, or Crawford a loss. I don't see it. I didn't see nothing about you guys that says that he'll beat any of those guys. Not even the old Manny. Not even the old Manny.
I agree. I agree with that. I think to that extent.
Yeah.
You know, he's just below. He's just below. I think the top level. There's nothing wrong with that. You know,
exactly.
He's a good. You know, he's a good boxer. I think he's improved a lot.
Yep.
On his style, his jab. It's not a hard jab, but it's a jab that has got good range and good distance, and it's got good timing. And it's a jab. He uses length very well with that jab, you know, and Ramos couldn't get close to him. I think there were times Ramos was just coming forward and he was trying to get close, and Ugas just popped out a jab or a double jab and slightly just slipped to the side, and he set up again the same thing. And I just think his jab was good last night. It wasn't powerful. It wasn't great. It was a keep off me jab.
Yeah.
Tip tap. But I thought also you're throwing that jab because Ramos wasn't going to come in there anyway. I think if Ramos would have come in, maybe making straightened it and put a bit of power on it, go through it. But he showed at the last round, if he would have stepped on the gas, I think he could have got Ramos out of there, because last round I think he went for it a little bit. If he would have come out with that intensity and that pace, I think he would have got Ramos out of there.
I don't know. I don't know.
I think he fought to the level of his opponent, to tell you the truth. And I think he just felt comfortable in there, and he was like, 12 rounds, he goes, I could do this all night. And he looked like he could have done another 3, 4, 5 rounds. Didn't look tired, he didn't gas, he just looked comfortable. That's the best way I'll put it. He just looked comfortable. He looked
comfortable in the 12th round where he was on wobbly legs.
Yeah. That's because he went for it. And that's why he didn't want to fight with the dude, and he didn't want to come inside and fight, because that's where Ramos would be dangerous. So he did use it. So he fought a smart technical fight, and he did what worked for him. So
And see, that's the thing, Brian. That's the thing. And you gotta hear what I'm saying. I'm not arguing that. He did what works for him. I'm not arguing that. And he stayed away from Ramos's strength, which is that punch, which we found out in the 12th round. So I'll give you that. But what worked for him, don't fucking impress me. And what works for him, don't tell me. I don't see this, what works for him, beating Crawford, Spence, or Pacquiao. I just don't see it. What worked for him. So it might have worked for him against Abel Ramos. But if he takes that same thing that worked for him in the ring with Spence, Crawford, or Pacquiao, I don't see it working for him. Now, styles make fights, and I guarantee that. I mean, I understand that there'll be a different game plan, this, that, and the third. But another thing I heard you say, Brian, I just wanted to let you finish and everything, is that you talked about his length and reaching up. Look, bro, that motherfucker got a shorter reach than Spence and Crawford. And he might got Pacquiao, but he's got a shorter reach than Spence and Crawford. So that Abel Ramos shit, that's another thing. That bullshit pity pat gab shit with less of a reach, especially with a Crawford, less of a reach, slower hands. He's gonna get fucking eaten up by Terence Crawford. Crawford has the same reach as fucking Jamal Tarlow, over 70 inches, 72 and a half, 73, I believe. You guys are 69 under fucking 70 inches. Even Spencer's 72 inches. So he ain't gonna enjoy that fucking reach on those guys. So I was just hearing you say that about the length and all. He's not gonna have that, fam. He ain't gonna have that.
I said it worked. I said it worked for Ramos.
That's why I said, and I agree with that. But I'm saying what worked for him in this fight, that shit ain't working. This is what I'm telling you. It ain't fucking working because he don't have that reach advantage. He's not quicker. You understand? He had quicker hands and a reach advantage against Ramos and experience, higher level fighter. He's a lower level fighter. He don't have the experience those guys got, and he don't have longer arms or quicker hands. Like, no. Yeah. Like all of those attributes and things he had in this Ramos fight, that to me, he should have put him away, or it should have been no question. Like I was not impressed by who Ugas is supposed to be. He's ready for a Crawford or a Spence or a Pacquiao, who he's supposed to be. I don't think that this fight should have looked that way with Abel Ramos. Okay, it's the same thing I say about Danny Garcia and the Iron Redcat shit. Danny Garcia should have went in there with Iron Redcat, and that fight should have looked like Danny looked versus Adrian Granados. That's how that fight should have looked with Iron Redcat, not the way Danny looked in that fight. When I see these fighters go in here and we talk about them competing against Crawford, who's pound for pound number one, I see nothing in that fight that impressed me. Not a goddamn thing. That's just my opinion on it. Shout out to my man, Unrivaled boxing talking news in the building. What's good, Mark?
Yeah, what's happening?
I'm over here. I guess I'm a man on the island. I'm giving you guys heat, and ain't nobody giving them heat with me. So I'm on the island sometimes. I don't mind being on that island.
Well, that's because you're talking about how he fought in his fight and how it'll compare against other styles. I mean,
right. Yeah.
I mean, Abel Ramos is different. Like, he didn't fight the exact same way when he fought Sean Porter or when he fought Jamal James or any of those guys. Like, he does change it. The reach thing, I'm sure you were able to see when he was fighting in the ring. Something he does is he feints a jab, a full extension to make it look like, and then he takes a step forward to get inside, and then he jabs down to your body, double down.
I did notice that, but
which is something that is a very important skill to be able to distance reach. And when you bring up the reach, there's one thing you didn't mention, which I thought was unfair. Arm length. Because his arm length is equal to Crawford and it's a half-inch longer than Spence's. Reach is all across the shoulders. And Ugas, when he stands straight, his shoulders tuck inward. But when he's standing side on, his shoulders expand. So when his reach goes, it looks smaller on paper than it actually is. It's about arm length in the ring, not reach, because that's wingspan.
Yeah, man. Arm length, that's listen, man. I don't know what boxers, like, we don't really talk about that. I mean, I feel you. That's probably all true, Mark.
Well, arm length is real reach. It's real reach. Reach is just they measure reach at wingspan. So you stand up, you spread your arms wide.
Right.
That's your wingspan, right?
Right. This is
reach
my thing,
is
Mark.
actual arm length.
Which other fighters? And I mean, I've been on plenty. When do we bring this up? When we talk about, okay, this guy has a 72-inch. When do we bring that up? I've never heard that brought up before, ever.
I do,
and not even from you.
Yeah.
I've never heard that brought up before, Mark. Not one fucking time ever, fam. Not even from you. But now we're going to talk about it concerning you guys. So, like, you got a point. Again, we can bring up points and say, oh, yeah, D, you're not actually correct about that. But come on, man.
I do actually bring it up, and I bring it up quite often.
That's all I'm saying. I ain't never heard it.
No, I bring it up in arguments only when the wingspan and the reach differ, the wingspan and the actual reach and the arm length differentiate per person. And it's not very often a fighter like that where their arm length and their actual reach is that disproportionate.
Okay,
it's very rarely one fighter who it's actually quite common with Cubans like Yordenis Ugas.
Okay, I don't even want to fuck with the reach no more. Fuck the reach. It has equal reach.
D got debunked.
No.
I'm joking.
Hold on for a second. I don't even want to fuck with the reach because it's irrelevant. It's really irrelevant to my point when I was like, he was beating him to the punch. Those advantages he don't have them against Crawford. So even if we say they're equivalent, then it ain't no fucking advantage. So I said he don't have that advantage against Crawford. Period. So we can dig into the reach, but does he have a reach advantage over Crawford? No.
I didn't say he didn't. I said it's
no. I'm not saying you did, Mark. I'm just saying the explanation you just gave and the joke that IBT just made could give that perception to other people. No, Mark? Right?
Sure.
I didn't say that you said that or you put that out there. I'm just saying that someone could take that perception. So I was just clearing it up.
Well, if they didn't listen to me say that, he has an equal arm.
Again, but how many people fucking listen to everything, Mark? They take a perception. And that was my whole point. Hold on, IBT. When the joke was made, the joke don't bother me. But you know how people take perceptions. So I was clearing it up. Right? Yeah. This ain't about you being wrong. I mean, whatever. I'll be wrong. I said, fuck the reach. I'll take the wrong. But I'm saying I was clearing up. So don't nobody have the wrong fucking perception on that. Because my point I was making about Crawford, it don't mean a fucking thing. The motherfucker don't have the speed or the reach advantage over Crawford. And that's what my point was. So I didn't say you said I was wrong on nothing. But I made a point. You came with your point. And because people don't listen, like you said, Mark, they could have took the wrong perception. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it was just a joke. They have equal reach. The point is that they have equal arm length, although they have different reach, their actual length of their arms, which is what is going to be used in the fight, is the same. So the point is null. It's not debunked. It's just null. It was just a joke.
I didn't even care about the joke. I'm just talking about perception. Because again,
at that point, when it comes down to equal reach, comes down to who's got the better timing. Simple as that.
Yeah, who's got the better timing? Punch placement. Yeah. Speed. It's all Crawford. No fucking question. So again, he won't enjoy those advantages he had over Abel Ramos. That was my whole point. Like, that shit doesn't change, man. Nothing. And see, this is the thing though. Again, it's not even really about that. My point is, if we're going to say that this is the man to challenge those guys, then I need to see a certain performance against a lower level fighter. So we could say whatever, we could go back and forth about what we've seen in that ring. But I'll ask this question. Everybody in the chat, you guys on the panel. That performance we see against the level of opponent like Ramos, does this say that he beats Crawford or challenges Crawford to you? Because what I seen, I'm going to say emphatically no. Brian, what do you think?
I I think that's a good fight for a couple of rounds, and I think Crawford figures him out.
So you don't think
Yeah,
he can beat him either, huh?
I think Crawford beats him.
Okay. So what about you, IBT? That was enough for you to say, yeah, this guy can beat Crawford. What do you think, IBT?
He has a chance. He has before in the amateurs, but I think that at this point, I'd probably favor Crawford. I did favor Crawford. My only point was you said he would destroy these guys, and I disagree completely. I think he gives them all tough fights.
No, I said Crawford would have destroyed Ramos. And I still think he'll destroy Ugas too, but
I thought
think what
he
you
would have destroyed Kavalauskas, and to an extent he did, but he also got dropped by him.
yeah.
And I know he's a heavy puncher, but Abel Ramos is a heavy puncher, and Ugas didn't get dropped.
But at the end, it's just like you said, he still destroyed him. Because he got up and he absolutely destroyed Kavalauskas. You guys did not destroy this guy. And I said Terence Crawford would destroy Ramos. So, well, whatever. He might have got caught. We seen Terence Crawford go noodle leg. We seen him get dropped and get up and destroy both people who did that to him. I did not see you guys destroy Abel Ramos. Not at all.
I don't think that's really his style. I think they
Yeah, I
both
know.
got dogged, but Ugas really he just kind of outboxed him.
Right. That's just not going to be enough for Crawford, is my point. Not even
Right.
close. Because we're talking about him. He outboxed Abel Ramos in an arguably good or decent performance, whatever. That's not a performance. The science, the whatever shoulder feints that he showed me that's going to do anything against the Crawford, against the Spence, or against a Pacquiao, in my opinion. I mean, he'll give them some issues, but all of them will beat him in a fight the way he beat Abel Ramos. The real way, not the judges' way. At least 93 rounds. At least 93 rounds. I see Pacquiao, Spence, or Crawford beating this dude. At least 93 rounds.
I think of the one person I see stopping him would be Pacquiao.
Or Spence. Or
Yeah.
Spence, because he has a high fucking guard. And just like IBT said, and I do agree with that, that's what he utilized. He don't have no fucking pop to keep Spence away, depending on what we see after this Garcia, with his punch resilience. And Spence is going to eat his fucking body up, fam. Eat it up.
Weirdly enough, I think the best one, like the person who's best capable of actually stopping Ugas, is actually Crawford.
I think all three of them could stop him.
I think the weakest in terms of being able to stop him might be Manny, because Manny's power isn't as good as it was. I know he dropped Thurman, but that was a balance shot.
Yeah.
He hasn't had a knockout other than Matisse in a long time, Spence could rip his body up, take him down, beat him up on accumulation like Crawford as well. I think Ugas though does represent the problem for those guys. I'm not saying that he beats them. What I'm saying is he is awkward and he is tricky and he makes things difficult and he has a very boringly but kind of intriguingly entertaining style to me, because he does little things like I was mentioning earlier, like the full extension on the jab, like getting it the whole way out, but it's actually feinting the jab to get it to your body by stepping in. That's a beautiful little thing. I don't see very often, but I don't see him beating those guys, but I see him giving them all a good fight. Probably gets stopped by 2 out of 3 of them late on. But but he will be competitive in the rounds. And if he makes it the distance, the judges' scorecards are going to be wide against him no matter what. This guy has no judge appeal.
I agree. He gets dicked on the cards by all three of those guys. Pacquiao, dog, they just try to dick him on the cards against Abel Ramos. So he gets screwed on the card against Pacquiao, Spence, or freaking Crawford. He has no chance. It's fucked up, but it's the truth.
Even then, he'll probably just lose anyway. But for, I think really good fights he could be in, that'd be competitive, that he could win, are the Danny's. He could possibly beat Danny. Keith, possibly. Not Ugas, Kavaliauskas, possibly. Those are all very good fights for him.
I like that fight. I like
all of those fights. I don't I don't think he's as good as the 3 champions, but the guy's just below.
How
The guy's
about
just
Ugas
below.
and
He's
Abdul
really.
Kakarov?
I
I think he beats Abdul Kakarov. I think he beats the crap out of him.
Beats the crap out of him?
Yeah, I think he
Yeah,
just
I don't
blows
know,
After
up.
six
man.
rounds, after 6 rounds, after 6 rounds.
Okay,
Abdul
okay,
Kakarov
okay.
doesn't really hit
All
that
right.
hard, and he has a gassing issue, and he
Yeah, he do.
moves, and Ugas will start to put it on him. He'll really
I
start.
think Lipinets might beat him, honestly.
That's a high. I'm picking Lipinets late.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, to beat Abdul Kakarov?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm picking
although
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
solid,
yeah.
I just think
I
these
was
are
looking
bad
at that
matchups.
too. I think I like Lipinets too. I think yeah. I'll talk about that later. But yeah, I like Lipinets in that fight. At first I was looking at Abdul Kakarov, but as I started looking at those two fight, I kind of agree with you guys. But anyway, I don't know.
How many more weeks do we have in this prediction league?
We're in week 5.
No, we're not. We're in week 7.
Are we?
You fucking gone.
My bad. I thought we were on week 5.
No, we got 5 left, motherfucker. We're in week 7.
Oh, okay. That's probably what it was. I got
Okay, I
it
only
mixed up.
started this week, so I'm 5 weeks or 7 weeks behind you.
Yeah, you can literally not catch up unless everybody.
No, it's just about getting the practice and getting how it works,
Yeah.
though, Brian. So keep
Now it's
plugging.
about the practice.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
your preseason right now.
Hey,
Yeah,
let me
that's my
shout out
preseason.
these guys right quick. Alcides Fuentes in the building, Toby Barlett, my man Hard, Recoil, Punch Drunk, Boxing, Prime Fighting Champions, AOP, Shiz, Biz, Martin Machine. Appreciate you guys. Buddy Aces, Ringside Boxing, MXBC deep in the building, and my man Ricky E245. My man, what's up, dog? So yeah, bro. Again, man. I guess I said that I was a man on an island. I said I was a man on an island with this one. Well, I'm a man on an island on this panel because I've actually been consulting with some other people who actually agree with me on this. Guys that look at boxing like, look at it the way Mark and I do. Like, and
I think
IBT.
Ugas is a good boxer. I just think he's below the top level of the Pacquiao, Crawford,
Yeah,
and
I
Spence.
agree with you there for sure.
So
You're saying he's top. Sorry.
He's below. He's just below that level. I think he can compete with the Sean Porters and.
Well, he did compete with the Sean Porter.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, but I think consistently he can compete. Around that level. Danny Garcia's and all them guys.
Yeah.
I think it's a fair claim to say he's the number 8 welter.
8.
I'd put him maybe higher.
You could put him anywhere from 7 to 6 to 8. Like, I mean, you've got the top 3, and then it's pretty much like you've got the Thurman, you've got the Danny, you've got the Sean. That's 6. You got the Ugas and you got the Ugas.
Yeah,
I wouldn't put Ugas up there.
What are you talking about? Hold up, dog.
Honestly, Mark, I would not.
I know solution. Did you just come in here? Hold on, right quick. Did you just come in here? What are you talking about bias toward Crawford? I just said that Crawford beat the hell out of you guys. I don't think anybody up here think you guys to beat Crawford. You just come in here trying to stir something up.
Well, it's not really bias saying that Crawford beats Ugas. I mean, if they had a fight and the betting line came out, who'd be the favorite? Terence. Terence would be a heavy favorite. He'd be a heavy favorite. Terence probably enters favorite again. He enters favorite, like heavy favorite against everybody in that division who isn't named Errol, Spence, or Manny Pacquiao. Heavy favorite, like even against Spence, he may enter the betting favorite. He may enter the favorite.
Yeah. Against everybody else, he does come in as favorite. Pacquiao maybe on name, maybe, and Spence.
Well, the thing with Pacquiao is those odds will change. Like the opening betting odds, like Pacquiao, even when he's like rated the underdog, he enters favorite because his people bet on him, fam. People bet on him. They bet on him.
The Filipino market especially coming hard on him. So no, I know that, but I'm saying those are the only 2 opponents. Maybe Crawford may come out. Spence and Manny, maybe odds on or level or just below on the betting,
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah, ringside. I just put the comment to that in the chat, but I'll just say it since Brian finished. I said, yeah, but Mark just said with the arm length and the wingspan and all that shit I had no fucking clue about, he actually has the same. So it don't matter, bro. Because I take Mark's word for it. I mean, dog, I had no fucking shit clue about that bullshit. So if that's
And by the way,
those
measurements don't come from PBC or anything. Those measurements could be skewed. Those measurements literally come from like their amateur boxing records, because that's when arm length is really measured. They do it in the amateurs. They don't do reach.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, again, I don't know.
So, yeah, Crawford's arm length could have gotten longer, and so could Ugas. So we just don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really quick though, Mark. You said he would be somewhere around the top 8. Obviously, there's a top 3. Then it's Porter, Thurman, Danny Garcia, Ugas are in that mix. You said 8th. You'd have Ugas. May I ask why?
No, I just put Ugas there for the fucking fun of it, man. I mean,
okay.
he lost to Crawford, but he beat David Avanesyan. Avanesyan beat Kerman Laharaga. Laharaga, European champion. So he beat Avanesyan, European champion. He had the draw with Ray Robinson, who beat Josh Kelly, etc. But he probably actually beat Ray Robinson, and Ray Robinson beat Kelly. You could put Vesputin into the pick. I just feel like you could just about just have him anywhere from like 14 to 8, I guess. I mean, who would you have ahead of him? Mikey coming off of the win over Jesse Vargas, maybe?
Yeah, I think you could probably put Mikey. You maybe put Lipinets.
Well, who's Lipinets beat at welterweight?
Yeah, that's fair. That's what I'm saying. But I don't know. I thought Robinson beat him, if I'm being honest. I thought Robinson should have 2 wins in a row, but he has draws.
Yeah, that's fair.
Scott Brown says no. Oh, my bad. I thought you finished. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I just want to say I thought you placed them at 8 specifically for a reason. I was just interested.
No.
But
There's a few guys that you can throw around there.
Yeah, after 8, it just becomes a large clump, in my opinion. I agree. I just was wondering.
I just think that's the top 7, and if it wasn't for the drug situation, I'd probably have Vesputin 8 because of his win over Patoyev.
Yeah, okay.
But, yeah.
All right. No one is going to fight Ugas if the PBC judges are scoring the fight close. I thought he lost like 2 or 3 rounds. Well, see, that's the thing, Scott Brown. I think just the opposite, because to me, they were trying to screw Ugas. So that would be more of a reason for somebody to fight him that's trying to get a win. Because if Abel Ramos, Ugas had that fight that lopsided, right? We could give I agree with you, Scott Brown. We could give Abel Ramos 2 or 3 rounds, tops. And Ugas performed where the fight was that lopsided and he got those kind of scores. So imagine if Abel Ramos had actually won 5 rounds. The motherfucker would have gotten robbed. So if you're like a Danny Garcia, oh, hell yeah, they're going to rob the shit out of him anyway. That would be more of a reason to take a fight with Ugas.
Yeah. I would I would say you're very generous if you give Ramos last night 3 rounds. I'd say anyone would have been.
Yeah. Well, I said because of that last round, but yeah, you're right though. It was 2 rounds, 2 or 3 rounds.
Me and Mark had it 12-0. We were scoring it last night on his stream, so you know.
No, to be fair, the rounds Ramos you can give him are all swings. And they're all swings off of the perception that
I can't argue with that.
They're all swings off of the perception that he landed some effective punches that may have hurt Ugas. But in those rounds, Ugas landed more punches and more power shots. So you can go into the effective power in a certain moment in that case, or you can give it to the guy who actually did more volume, more power shots, etc. in those specific rounds.
I still score a pro fight an amateur if a guy lands more punches in a round, he wins the round unless he gets knocked down.
Well, look, it's just, you can have that fight 12-0 Ugas, 11-1, 10-2, 9-3. If you go, I can't see more than that. I really can't. I can't see more than 3 for Abel. And if you're doing that, it's a bit weird. But it is what it is. People are going to do what they want. I've seen people say, oh, it was 7-5. I'm like, yo, no, you're wrong. You're just wrong. It's not 7-5. It's not fucking 9-3 Ramos. That's for fucking sure. That's a scorecard that boxing fans need to create a petition to have Lou Moret removed from boxing.
Oh, bro, he should be, bro. He should be fucking filed or banned or whatever the fuck they do. He shouldn't be able to score shit else, dog. That was disgusting. Man.
I think that's the worst card. Singular card. Or up there I've seen in boxing. Like it's up really high up there. Really high up there. It's one of the worst, man. I think that's worse than CJ Russell's fucking card in the Canelo Floyd fight, fam.
Yeah. That there he should give whatever money he got for that fight. He should give that to Ugas. Whatever frickin' bribe he got for that fight, he should hand that money over to Ugas. That's you know.
Mando Solo, what's good with you, my man? Big Dan said my list at welterweight from best to last: Crawford, Spence, Pacquiao, Porter, Thurman, you guys, Danny, Mikey, Garcia, Vargas, and Jamal James.
I can't have Jamal James above Ugas. Now you're going a bit far.
Yeah. Well, that's his list. It ain't bad.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. I think Ugas knocked Jamal James out. He would, man. He would.
I don't know, man.
Jamal James is chilly, man.
Who stopped him?
Ugas.
Ugas stopped him?
Yeah.
Ugas probably. If Ugas stopped him, oh yeah, Ugas. I didn't even recall. I didn't see that fight. I didn't even know Ugas stopped him. I know Ugas.
Wait, no, Ugas didn't stop him, did he?
No, Ugas stopped Ray Robinson.
Yeah, it was Ray Robinson. My bad, bro. Like y'all, I wasn't gonna challenge y'all because y'all be knowing that shit a little.
No. I just Ugas just beat Jamal James up so bad. I always forget that he didn't stop him.
Yeah,
he beat the shit out of Jamal James. Do you remember that?
Yeah, that was another fight where I didn't give a single round to the other guy. Jamal James maybe one or two rounds, swing rounds maybe, but I thought Ugas
just made it kind of tight. Like,
I don't know, man. Ugas kind of unlucky. Maybe people don't like the way he boxes, or maybe they're just like constantly against him for whatever reason. I no clue.
I'll tell you what it is. He has no public appeal, and because he has no public appeal, he has no audience. This is just the honest truth. He does not matter to these people. He does not matter to any network. Ugas's viewing figures are probably the same as mine and DJ's. No joke.
Yeah.
Well, a little joke, but.
Well, look, check this out. This ain't no joke. Send the contract. Just sign the contract. Contract signed. Teofimo, the motherfucking takeover, Lopez. For all of you people talking about he don't want to fight no more. That kid don't really want to fight no more. He don't really want to fight. He ducking. He don't
so
want
these contracts are now officially signed?
Lomachenko. Fucking morons. What do you say, Mark?
So these contracts are officially signed?
Hey man, that's what the fucking.
Okay, that's awesome. I have a different reason to hate on him now. Look at him wearing a mask indoors. Get that shit off.
Oh man, I don't fuck all that shit. I don't even wear them goddamn masks. I don't. But I'll tell you this: for all of you idiots that said my boy didn't want to fight, he was fucking Lomachenko. See, you ain't keeping that same energy. You gotta call him a duck. You idiots! Is he ducking now? Morons. That's right. And every one of y'all that said it, you deserve to be called a moron. You goddamn morons. At least you was morons on this topic. Thank you, IBT. I really appreciate it. Memo Castro. D, what's the title you guys got last night? The WBA regular. Yeah. You got the regular, my man.
I think him and the Jamal James are actually going to fight next, though. I just have that sneaking suspicion.
I think Jamal James is better since the last fight, but You guys beat him that bad. He probably get his ass whooped again.
I would
Yeah,
much
but
like that.
Ugas doesn't have no card love. Ugas needs to step on the gas and try to take guys out, man.
Yeah. Chat Ross, what's up? He probably don't got no chin. And he know he don't. That's why he boxed the way he boxed. Because the first time Ramos got him flush, he put that nigga
He
on
rocked him,
notice.
bro.
He put
That big mad swing. Y'all see that big mad left hook
Yep.
swing he took? Hey,
Yeah.
yo.
Yeah, his knee buckled. His knee buckled to the trick.
It wasn't just his knees that buckled, actually. I watched that shit again. Watch really closely to his ankles. They went side to side, man. His ankles buckled. That shit buckled his ankles, bro.
Yeah.
When your ankles are getting buckled, that's a problem.
That motherfucker, he whipped the nay-nay. He said, watch me whip, pow. And watch me
He looked like Bambi trying to do the split. He looked like Bambi.
Yep.
I didn't even notice that, but I seen his ass was rock good. I said, damn, if goddamn Ramos had about 40 more seconds, he might have put you guys out of there.
There's one in there. There around 2. It was what, round 6 or 7. I'm not sure which exact round it was.
He rocked him twice. He rocked him twice in that fight, but that 12th
That's
round
the one
was
I'm
hard.
talking about, though. That's the specific one I'm talking about.
The first one?
Yeah, the first one. That's the one that buckled his ankles, man. That was a big mad swing. That's
why you guys box that way. You know, boxers know what they can take and what they can't. He know what his chin can absorb and what it can't. That's why he boxed the way he boxed. He know he can't get hit. Demetrius Andre. This is what I say about Demetrius Andre. That's why that bastard boxed like that. But see, I can respect you guys because us is not afraid of him. He's willing to engage. With Demetrius Andre, I keep saying he boxing away. He's not willing to engage. He's already on the way out. He's throwing. That motherfucker's never hardly have this plant feeded Demetrius on. He already running while he throwing the punch. You guys to sit there, you know, and lay those punches. Like he was body shots. You gotta put your feet down to land those type of body shots that you guys was landing. Demetrius Andre ain't willing to do that. As he throwing that body shot, he already transitioning his weight to push back. That's what fucking Demetrius Andre does. So I can respect you guys on that level, but like Mark said, he got to get that little bit of killer in him and try to put these guys out of there. He got to.
Yeah.
Chet Ross, what's good with you, my man? Full of malarkey, says Buddy Aces.
Full of malarkey.
Full of malarkey. Over under Trump, 240,000 dead ever by election day. Yeah, man, Trump's gonna win again. So y'all just get used to it and accept it. He's gonna win and understand it's better for us anyway. All of these presidents are fugazi, but all of you people that don't want Trump to win, understand what you're asking for. Biden to win. That's worse. That's much worse. So please stop.
Can I put that in perspective, D?
Do your thing. Do your thing.
The last three.
Just real quick, Brian, because I want to get back to boxing. I don't want to talk politics.
Okay. No, just a very quick one. The last 3 president candidates: Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, and Donald Trump.
Mm.
What does that say about America?
Let me say something real quick to Brian.
Oh,
Micheál Martin, Leo Varadkar, Enda Kenny, Brian Kelm, Brian Lenihan, Bertie Ahern. Bam. We can't fucking talk.
But we're not the greatest country in the world, Mark. So.
Well, I don't know why the world believed that lie. Because when they were saying it, I wasn't going for that bullshit.
I don't think America is the greatest country in the world.
I
think America has the most inflated ego of itself.
Right. When they were saying that, let me tell you something, Brian, about the greatest country in the world and how myself, a lot of my Hispanic relatives and a lot of my African relatives, let me tell you what we felt when they were saying that bullshit. You think we felt like this was the greatest country in the world? We never believed that bullshit.
No, I was just joking.
No, I know, but like Mark said, that ego, that we the greatest country in the world. So yeah, it plays part. But man, this country, fuck, man. Look, Don't even get me started. Let's get off politics, back to boxing. Okay, so let me ask you guys something. Who you got beating, Mark? Who you got winning the fight? If Danny Garcia was gonna fight Yordenis Ugas, and how you see that? How you see that? See there, Mark? What about
Yeah,
you?
I got
Oh, there
got
you go. There
Danny
you go.
winning. I got Danny winning slightly, like possibly controversially on points. I think he could take him out late. Danny doesn't have a lot of output. I'd see like Ugas nip tucking a few rounds, and that won't do enough on the judges' scorecards, if you get me. And he probably loses like a unanimous decision, 8-4.
All right, Brian.
Yeah, I got pretty much the same. I think Danny Garcia wins either he sparks him out or unanimous decision.
And on my scorecard, I'd probably have Ugas winning. By the way, that's all I'm gonna say.
Mark, may I ask what? Yeah, so like try to ignore politics, I guess. You know what I mean?
No,
No, I'm
never.
saying for the
Never.
prediction of how a fight would actually happen. I'm not I don't think. Okay, for example,
I
in the prediction league,
I just said it. Ugas loses controversially.
yeah. Okay, so in the prediction league, I thought he was just gonna mop this guy, but I
Yes,
put split decision just in case, and that saved me because I think I forgot to make I should have just didn't input of the Steven Nelson fight, so it kind of made up for that. So
I hit on that Steven Nelson KO.
Yeah, you did, you fucking lucky bastard. Hit on the fucking Ugas split decision, fucker.
yeah, I hit on the split decision. I just straight up forgot.
Well, look, at the end of the day, I didn't go with the politics.
Yeah. I think Ugas would probably edge him out in a close fight. My only thing I'd be worried about in that fight is the output, but I think Ugas probably has a higher output than Danny Garcia. I think Danny'd be competitive. He might hurt him at one point, but just stylistically, I'd favor Ugas a close fight.
Keep it at long range. That's where I see Ugas winning. Danny's a hooker, not in a thing way, but
you guys, he's gonna look. You guys is sort of like Crawford. Sometimes he get hit, he come back to get his get back. Basically, you understand?
Yeah, they got dogs.
Right, they got that dog in it. And Danny Garcia, to me, is a good enough of counter puncher to make you guys pay. You know, Danny Garcia is somewhat flat. Well, not somewhat. The fucking flat-footed, but you know, his chin, bro. You guys don't have anything to offer to Garcia, and Garcia has too much to offer to you guys. No problem. And Danny's not a horrible boxer. You know what I mean? He's not the best. He's not a horrible boxer. He's going to get to you guys.
He's solid.
Yeah, he's going to get to you guys. And once he does, 9-9. Because that high guard ain't going to work with no fucking Danny Garcia. He tear his body up, drop those arms, going to catch him with a hook. You guys might try to fire off, and with his, I don't know what people think, but with as inaccurate as he is, he's going to fall right into one of those counters. Yeah. That motherfucker is inaccurate as fuck.
One of Ugas's greatest strengths becomes probably his biggest weakness against Danny, right? And I mentioned it already. You know that jab, that long extended jab that he uses to get down to the body by stepping in. Danny don't watch your jab; you watch your feet.
Yeah,
that weapon's gone. That weapon's gone against Danny.
Yeah.
That's that Philadelphia thing. They watch your feet, man. B-hop, man.
Hey, is it really odds on this? Because I've seen a lot of people talking. Like, are they just putting this into sports and talking about it, or do they have fucking polls going out? Can you gamble on this really? If Trump or Biden is going to win?
Yeah, you can gamble on presidential elections.
Are you fucking kidding me? I never even fucking knew that.
Are you sure? That sounds kind of illegal.
No, you can do it over here anyway. You can bet on everything over here. I mean, I made money. Like, so Brian, I bet that Sinn Féin get the most amount of first recommended votes, yeah, and that they wouldn't end up in power.
Yeah.
That's what I bet on. I got that at 16-1, and I put 50 down on it.
Shit, no, you can bet on the election. I need to go. I need to
Wait.
money on Trump. No. Trump
Ireland
win.
don't care. Ireland don't care. So,
Yeah, I don't care either, but if I could win some money off of the motherfucker winning,
Bro, you can bet on the X Factor and everything over here.
That's fucking crazy, bro.
Hey, there was one time I legitimately seen odds on the under-over of Simon Cowell saying you are absolutely terrible at 6-1 on the under.
All right, wait.
That's no joke, fam.
In the U.S., I think it is illegal. Like legit, I think it's illegal. It wasn't formerly. It's illegal to bet on the U.S. presidential election. However, you can just illegally do it. But I'm just saying. All right, just so you know, pretty sure, like 90% sure, it's illegal.
Well, IBT, my book ain't even in this fucking country, so
there you go.
Yeah, my book is based in another country, so they don't have to follow America's rules. So it's on it's probably on the books. I'm gonna go look at that shit later. I say ain't that about a bitch. It's just something that I would never look up. There's nothing great about America. I would be able to. I hate to be American, with no disrespect.
Borsky.com. Can you gamble on presidential elections in the United States? Right. Let's see. She asked me if there was a lot. She replied, "Isn't it illegal to gamble on the political elections in the United States?" I'm not sure. Hold on. I'm gonna find out here.
That's nothing I would ever look up because I would never even think to do that like that. It wasn't until the fellas in the damn test started talking about it. Is this really a thing?
It is really okay. It is illegal to bet on political elections in the United States. It's illegal.
Okay.
It's illegal, but you can do it illegally.
Well, I mean, prostitution is illegal. So what the fuck does that mean? You know what I mean? Prostitutes getting it in this country. Fuck. Underage drinking is illegal. Now you ask all the teens in this fucking country if they'll take a sip of beer or not.
Everything in this country.
I have never, and I would never.
Be all right. Get the fuck out of here. Look, that old nice, well-spoken voice don't work with me when it comes to that shit, IBT. You can cancel that bullshit. Hell no. You're drinking like the rest of us did, fucker.
No. I actually, like, unironically, no.
Yeah, I actually believe him. Him.
He said that too convincingly the second time. That's why I was like, okay.
No, I believed him straight off the bat.
Well, I didn't. I didn't believe that shit. But now I did.
Well, ask everything
to win. You can make 2 times 2. You can gamble. It's not shit. Fabrizio trying to get somebody locked up. Did you just hear it's illegal, Fabrizio?
Where are you from, Fabrizio?
Well, not where he's from, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
I think
you can gamble on elections. Smoke say you can gamble on elections. You can gamble on anything, bro. There's books that's running around that will listen, man. It's legal bookies and it's illegal bookies. Everything that's illegal in this country is being done. Every fucking thing. You know, I'm from Virginia. It's illegal to have sex out of wedlock in Virginia. You think anybody's paying attention to that fucking law?
Yeah. When I was in South Dakota, right, I was reading up the laws of South Dakota. You know, right, and it's illegal to have sex in a hotel room on a floor in South Dakota.
It's illegal to spit on the ground in Baltimore, Maryland. Illegal to spit on the ground. Like, dude, what the fuck?
Did you know that it's illegal in Ireland to carry a sword without a full suit of body armor? So if you dress up like a knight of the round table from the 1400s, right, and you walk around in a big suit of armor, you can carry a sword.
That's insane.
I think there's a strange, very outdated law in California where you're not allowed to eat a shower while in a bathtub. Sorry, you're not allowed to eat an orange while in a bathtub or taking a shower.
What?
That is oddly specific.
Yeah. It's something with like really old pipes or really old shampoo. I forget. It's super outdated and just completely unenforced. I mean, how could it? Even back then, let's say when it was in effect, how do you enforce that? Do you have police randomly going into people's showers checking if they're eating oranges?
CCTV, man.
Who eats in the shower?
Hey,
Yeah.
Who is eating oranges in the shower and who's being arrested for eating oranges in the shower?
I wonder if anybody's ever been convicted for any of these laws.
yo, what is the police task force that goes after people that's eating oranges in the shower? What division of the police department is dedicated to that crime, son?
Special
Fruity
task
Pebbles.
force.
The Fruity Pebbles.
Fuck out of here, man. That shit crazy.
They're called.
Hey, Scott Brown, let me tell you something. I don't know if, because I
What's
don't
that
give a
for?
shit about the elections or anything. So I don't know if you're pro-Trump or anti-Trump or pro-Biden or anti-Trump or anti-Biden. But I will say this. I don't really give a shit which one of those guys win or lose because I'm not voting for either of the fuckers. But I'm telling you people right now, you can hate Trump all you want. But if the Democrats, if Biden get into office, you're going to see shit going to get bad. Shit's going to get real bad in this country real fast. That's what I tell you.
No comment.
When you type in Antifa, type in Antifa.com, somebody.
No.
No, fuck no, Brian.
That's Joe Biden's GoFundMe page.
No, it's a redirect link. So someone purchased the domain name Antifa.com and they just made it a redirect link to his campaign page. I could buy poopass.com and make it go to Speak Your Mind Sports Talk. It doesn't actually mean anything. It's just a domain.
Yeah. So, and they do that to start causing trouble during the election. But
now that one's bullshit. But like, I'm gonna say something here, and I think IBT will know where I'm going with this. Clear Blue. I think he knows where I'm going with that one. IBT, no?
Sorry, I'm eating.
You ever heard of Clear Blue?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, so you know where I'll go with that one. I'm not going to talk on that.
Yeah. I already had to remove a live. I had to remove it, Mark. I'll tell you about it off camera. I said, damn. Because as long as it was up there, like, they were doing some terrible shit to my channel. And I was like, man, look, I ain't no fucking rebel. Let me just take this live down. Say some of the wrong names in that live and some of the wrong things. And to be honest, I think it was just the wrong fucking topic altogether. So I deleted it. Get it out of there. Because it was just causing too much trouble. Some things you can say, some things you can't say. We know it's the truth, guys, but just
see, I've been working on writing a song of all the names you're not allowed to say that get you demonetized, right?
true.
And working it out in an alphabet kind of situation, like A's for apples, all this crap.
Right.
And the phonetic alphabet and making it all in code to get all the names and everything that they've done. I'm making it a song. I'm getting it monetized. I'm gonna go against the system.
Good on you.
Yeah, I ain't fucking with the system. I want to have fun. It wasn't no fun sitting up here in that live, man. I sat up here in that live for actually, we still had a really good conversation. I'm not going to say it wasn't fun because I was actually able to pay more attention to the chat with only 8 or 9 people in there. But goddamn, I sent that bitch out on all the social media pages, and every time 2 or 3 would come in, it was like that 2 would go off or something. People said my live was cut off. I'm like, bro, my live not cut off. I'm looking at it right here. I was looking at it on YouTube to make sure, but it was like they was kicking people like off. On their side, it was saying that the shit stopped or whatever for. I don't know how the fuck it was being done. But people were getting kicked off the live. While I was on live and they was getting kicked off the fucking live. And I peeked out at 11 people in the live. 11. Over 4 hours, 11 people had peeked out at. And after that, it was all kind of madness going on with my channel. I mean, all kind of madness. So I just deleted the video. 2 days after I deleted the video, everything stopped. Or the live. 2 days after I deleted it, everything stopped. So that just tells you right there, bro. I don't give a fuck. There's no conspiracy theory or nothing. Because the whole time I've been on this damn thing, none of that shit's happened to me. It was a time when a lot of shit was happening. I used to tell Mark, no, I'm good. Nothing really going on over here. That was the first situation. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's true. If you talk about the wrong thing, they're going to put your channel on the fritz. Dead ass. My man, Red Glove, militant in the building. What's good, Mark Intangible? If he has 5 guys in him.
Yo, Red Glove, what's up, man?
That dude's always craving 5 guys in his stomach, little weirdo.
5 guys, burgers and fries. I used to love that shit, but I don't eat meat no more.
Yeah, but that's the thing, right? So I'd never heard of this, and Intangible put this tweet up, right? I didn't know this was a burger joint. And he puts a tweet up saying, I'm craving 5 guys in my stomach right now. And I'm like, what? Hold on. Yo,
yeah, that do sound extremely suspect. Like, you want 5 guys in your stomach, dude? Like, oh, shit. What kind of gay shit you on?
And then he explained it to me, and then I'm like, that's bullshit, man. You know you want those 5 guys to go in and out as well.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I think that's the wrong phrase, unless you're a woman for that.
Do you know why he's craving 5 guys in the stomach to go in and out? You know why, dude? Because it's
wow. Yeah, if you say that phrase in tangent, oh damn, IBT, you gotta say, I'm craving 5 guys, burgers, and fries. You gotta say the whole title. If you don't say the whole title, you get burned.
I didn't say that. That was intangible.
Oh, so I was right. Intangible. Okay.
Yeah.
Intangible. These nuts. 2020.
Contrary to your beliefs, IBT and Intangible are not the same person. Neither is Del Boy or L Dog.
I wouldn't go that far. It's still up for discussion whether we're the same person or not.
Yeah, listen, as far as I'm concerned, L Dog and Del Boy and IBT and Intangible, I'm like, that's the old man syndrome. You know, the old man start calling you the wrong name. Well, I'm fucking stuck with these 4 guys. Because I swear every time I'm on Del Boys, I call him L Dog. Like, listen, D, I told you I'm not. You don't like that shit. He did not like to be called L Dog. At least Intangible and IBT don't get so offended. But Del Boy cannot stand to be called.
No, Del doesn't mind. Del doesn't mind. It was me that was getting pissed because every time he said something, you're like, L Dog. I was the one getting pissed.
Oh, yeah. You were flaming Del Boy, but you kept saying L Dog.
Yeah. Man.
Oh, when you flamed L Dog, you kept blaming fucking Del Boy.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, both of them say some crazy shit.
Now, let me say this though. Let me say some crazy shit. You ready for some crazy shit?
Ready.
Lewis Neary's gonna get knocked out by Almeida.
Why? Why? Literally, why?
Because I've watched the dude fight. He hits like a fucking truck.
That ain't crazy. I'm not high on Lewis Neary.
I'm joking.
Wow.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I don't know if it's crazy or not. I ain't studied the guy more to talk about, but I ain't high on Lewis Neary.
Do you know who is actually? Do you know who could get knocked out? Oh, this will sound crazy. Josh Taylor.
Ramirez?
No, Kongson.
Oh, my Kongson. Oh, yeah, baby.
Josh Taylor's changed trainer to Ben Davison.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he left McGuigan a while ago. After the
ESPN situation.
Yeah.
We're gonna see what Ben Davison has.
He's gonna have great motivational speaking.
Again, we're just gonna
keep him at the end of your job, baby. You can do it all with one hand. Gets fucking his head nearly Ben Davison nearly got Toy Security killed in that fight, bro. And Kongson, if you go and watch his highlights, I don't care about the level of opposition. Just listen to the sound of his punches and tell me that dude don't hit hard. Okay? That's all I say.
13
listen.
knockouts, 16 wins. He's actually going to be tough. Tough hitter anyway. Tough hitter.
He hits hard. He hits.
Red glove. Red glove. Red glove. What's up, fam? Red glove. He's sliding in. Red glove militant.
Hey, what up, D? What up, Mark, IBT, and I think there's one other person, but yeah, sorry, IBT. When I heard you saying you were eating, like it was like real quick, and I wasn't looking at my phone, and I thought you were intangible. So that's why I was like, that's why I told Mark, I was like, ask Mark if he has 5 guys in his stomach.
They don't sound alike at all. One's clearly from the West Coast, and the other's a Southern hick.
No, when they talk enough, I can tell the difference. But he literally just said, like the only words I heard come out of his mouth was, "I'm eating," and that's it. Like I didn't. So just those 2 words, it wasn't enough for me to tell the difference.
No, that's more than enough because intangible would make that a 7-minute breakdown.
Bro, intangible and IBT, they don't sound alike. They don't have the same vernacular. They don't have the same accent. It's just I still call them. I still do it. Yeah, and they don't. I agree with Mark. They don't sound alike. The vernacular is different. The accent's different. But I still, well, I've gotten used to it more now. At least on the IBT side, I generally still recall that intangible IBT. But IBT's around more than intangible, so he's corrected me enough. Very politely, I must say too, because I'll call him IBT intangible 15 times and IBT. I'm IBT. Yep,
well,
no, I don't mind. I just like joking about it.
Yeah, and IBT, he's with the little bit of time he's been on YouTube, he's been
lost you, Red. Or is it me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can now. Oh, I don't know. Was it me or you?
It was you, Dick, because we were able to hear him.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
So what I was saying is, IBT's been tried and tested. He was able to last like 20 minutes on the live with that one midget, the one that yelled at everybody, and he didn't lose his cool or nothing. He kept his composure the whole time. Something I know I wouldn't have been able to do. So, I know that if he corrected you on something, he was extremely polite about it.
Oh yeah. No, IBT's a good dude, bro. Like, and I'm gonna just leave it at that. IBT's a good dude. So if I hear certain things, it's off whack, then sometimes I respond maybe uncharacteristic. Let's say that. So
appreciate you guys.
Yeah, no doubt.
I gotta tell the truth though. IBT's a little dickhead. He's a smart man. He's a little know-it-all who thinks he knows everything. Yeah? And he's a little Mexican fanboy, like IBFP.
Hey, yo, facts, salute, facts.
By the way, before Luke decides to make a 27-minute rant about me, I'm joking.
Yeah, he's joking, Luke. Yes, for sure. Luke, no.
And one other thing, D, I saw your live the other day, and I just want to say I appreciate you keeping me out of the. I know you and Black Horseman have a little beef, and I appreciate you distinguishing that. You're not talking about. I know, so I appreciate that.
Because me and you always been good, Red. And I was like, I don't want it to be no discrepancies or nobody to get it twisted. Like I'm coming at a group. I ain't coming at no group. I'm coming at one dude, the founder. And I made it specific. I meant that I'm talking about the founder. You know what I mean? So if anybody take it wrong, then you take it wrong. But I appreciate you, Red, for understanding that I was eliminating anybody else, but specifically who I was talking about. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And the same thing goes for Nuke, because when he jumped on, I caught the playback. So I heard when he jumped on, he also, he did the same thing. So I appreciate that. I understand not everybody that I'm cool with is gonna be cool with each other, but it's always some other bullshit when they want to drag you into it unnecessarily. So, I respect you and both of y'all for doing that. And to my knowledge, Black hasn't tried to drag me into it either. That's the way I like to keep it, And
I'm done with it, man. I'm gonna keep it real, and the only reason we really on the topic is because of you and I. But I'm done with it. It was just like the He Knows His Sports situation. I put out my live. I expressed to both of them, I'm not gonna do the fucking video thing with you. You can come over here and click this goddamn link like anybody else, because on a daily basis, I'm doing what I'm doing right now. I put this shit in the chat. So you can come click it, and anybody else can come click it. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not doing no video back. Let's talk about it for the love of sports. Let's talk about it. Let's debate. Let's get it all over with. And I ain't debating no personal shit. If you say I'm this and I say you that, let's talk about boxing. If I'm a fanboy or this, that, and third, let's talk about boxing. And the first thing we're going to talk about, if he has the balls to come over here, is his main argument. And I'm going to start with Demetrius Andre. Without your help, I don't give a fuck what anybody say. You needed help. So He Knows His Sports. I told him, I will talk to you about Errol Spence. We're both fans of him. He never fucking showed up. So if you're not going to show up and click this link, I'm done with it. I ain't going to fucking be doing no fucking back and forth and all of that. I generally, like I said, it was uncharacteristic of me to do it anyway. And I generally don't do it. But he just sparked a nerve because of the issues that happened between us. And now it's like every time I turn around, you and this goddamn Bruce Vane is attacking someone around me. It's out here doing what you were claiming. Truth. Truth is the new hate. So why the fuck are you attacking the channels that's spitting the truth? Like, dog, so it kind of sparked a nerve. And then he went at someone else. Well, not really going at him, but try to convince this other person. And I'm like, nah, enough is enough. You know what I mean? And so I did what I did. It's over with. If he feels some kind of way, good. If you want to talk about it, bring that ass over here. Get your ass flamed, and then take your ass back to the dead zone. That's how I feel about it.
I mean, you just handle it. You just handle it the best way that you see fit. And I'm just saying, I appreciate that. You didn't drag anybody else into it. Because I've definitely been in situations where, and you see in this community a lot actually, where there's a problem, they don't got nothing to do with you, but somebody just has to get you involved. So
right.
I just wanted to, you and me haven't talked since then, so I just wanted
because people are cowards, Red. People are cowards. That's why they do that. And men handle their own shit. That's what I do. I handle my own shit. That's why I don't do subliminal videos about people or talk about people behind their back. I'm gonna tell you to your face. I'm gonna invite you over here, and if we don't talk about it, it's over with. I'm not gonna give you that energy. So I'm just gonna be a man about it. But I don't feel like anybody can get me tied up into anything because I ignore shit. The MXBC, shout out to those fellas. I always shout them out. But they done called me out plenty of times. If you don't answer the call, it ain't no goddamn dance. You can't dance if you ain't there. If you're not on the fucking dance floor. So, I mean, like, bro, like, I don't know. I don't even understand. Like, it's just no reason for any of this shit, to tell you the truth. But you say what you gotta say, I'm gonna say what I gotta say. And I invite all of you motherfuckers over here to talk about it. And he's just on the list now of a lot of motherfuckers. And Ray, you know me from day one. On the list now. A lot of motherfuckers come over here. BFTB, Fanon, He Knows His Sport, Monty Brown, Fat Ass, Black Horseman, y'all all on the list. You want the work? Come click the goddamn link. And I done been on all of y'all motherfuckers' channels. So don't tell me that I've been on all of their channels multiple times. It's your turn. Come over here. Get this music. Other than that, I'm done with all of you fuckers. Yeah.
I don't know.
So now, how's everything going with everybody?
Ground. So we stay here in our end. We're surviving.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I'll tell you how
Mark,
I am. I had a bleak night last night. I had a very bleak night last night, Greg.
Oh, bleak night?
A very bleak night. Yeah. You know, can I put it to you in the words of poetry?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a sec here. Because this is very important.
Oh, shit. Break it down for me.
Yeah, I had a very rough night last night. Does anybody here know the poem The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, that's actually that poem is the reason why Baltimore's mascot is the Ravens. But yeah, I'm familiar with the poem.
Okay, so once upon a midnight dreary, while I porn surfed weak and weary over many a strange and spurious sight of hot XXX galore, while I clicked my favorite bookmark, suddenly there came a earning, and my heart was filled with mourning for my dear Amor. "'Tis not possible," I muttered. "Give me back my free hardcore." Quote the server, 404.
That's way better than Fred Hawthorne.
That was beautiful.
I knew where that was going.
I have shit on mute, Mark. You fucking crazy, bro.
That was very bleak.
That was poetic. That was beautiful. 10 out of 10, Mark.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I'm crying over the 404 there, man. Who hasn't thought out a server
I thought I lost
404 happened?
Oh no, I think we all had that.
Yeah. We've all
I know exactly what you were referencing. But my phone is actually dying and I got some stuff I gotta take care of, so I'm gonna jump off. But it was nice catching up with everybody for a little bit. Y'all take it easy. Hopefully, I was gonna do a video today, but I ended up just getting a little busy. So, but y'all be easy.
Take it easy, Red.
Yeah, peace, Red.
Have a good one, Red.
Yeah, man. Well, oh my God.
Well,
thanks for letting me do that. That was necessary. That was necessary.
That's good
Super
stuff,
necessary.
man. Laughter is great. I'm telling you, laughter makes the day go well. Some people in the dumps, they get a good laugh and the day turn around. So good shit, Mark. Hey, give me some closing thoughts, Brian.
Okay, where we were, right? My condolences for the 404. Yeah, my condolences for the 404 error message, Mark. In first place. Secondly, Ugas, he's a good fighter. Is he a top contender? He's a top contender, but is he a champion? Is he good enough to fight the top three in the division? I think he's good enough to fight them, beat them. No. What happened last night was disgraceful. The judge, Moret, she or he or whatever, whoever, I don't know if it's a guy or a girl, should not be allowed to judge again. Should be fired. And that's it, because that was terrible. 117, 111. That's nepotism at its finest. Just, yeah. But yeah, good. He's a good fighter, but I don't see him being. He's not one of the top in the welterweight division. All right. Peace, guys. Have a good one, everyone.
All right. Peace out, Brian.
Have a good one.
You too, bro. IBT. What's up, bro? Give me some closing thoughts, fam.
All right, yeah. Thanks for having me on the stream. Shout out to everyone that was on the panel. Mark, Brian, Red. I don't know if there was anyone on before I got on, but yeah, I think the decision, the scorecard, the officiating this weekend overall was completely terrible. Congrats to Ugas for capturing the WBA regular title. I want to see him, strive for more. I know he's probably going to fight Butayev next as the mandatory because Butayev fought Alexander Besputin and then he popped. But I hope he gets it to mix in there with the top guys. Hope the judges' scorecards aren't so terrible anymore. I think he's a top guy at welterweight. I think he has a chance to be any of the champions, but I don't favor him in those matchups. Yeah, that's about all I got. Peace out.
All right, appreciate you coming through, fam. My man on Rival Boxing Talking News.
Quote the server 404.
Excellent closing thoughts. Appreciate you coming through.
No, that's not my closing thoughts.
All right.
My closing thoughts are pure and simple. Yordenis Ugas showed exactly where he is this weekend. He is a legitimate welterweight. He is a legitimate top 10 fighter. And he is a perfect prime example of what the baby belt with the WBA is all about. For a guy below the top tier guys to be able to be called a world champion was not being fully definitely a champion. You get what I mean? He is a top tier contender, and he's the next guy below those. He is literally I would say fairly on resume, everything else. He's number 7 in the division. You can pick and match him against anybody and say you think he beats him, but he's legitimately the ranked number 7 welterweight. Solid guy, solid fighter. The scorecards were ridiculous. There was a very good fight on this weekend. Anyone who hasn't seen it, go watch the Dilmagani Samir Nizami fight. Very good fight on Channel 5 in the UK. A very, very good fight. Brutal. Absolute war. Always a pleasure, D. Take care. And you know how I never end this thing. For the love of boxing, let's eat eclairs. Peace.
Appreciate you, Mark. Hey, I'm going to say it like this. Everything what Mark said, except I don't think he has a chance against Spence, Danny, or Pacquiao. That's what I do about you guys. But thank y'all for coming through. And y'all know I always in this thing. For the love of sports, let's talk about it. Peace.